Good morning, everybody. It's filming this on Sunday, March 26th. My God, it was just New Year's Day. Anyway, Steve Levy, USC24x7 COM. We're going to talk a lot about one individual who I believe, and I've said this prior to spring camp starting, but he's an individual who is coming into the USC program right out of high school, got here for the spring camp. He was dedicated throughout all of his high school games to making an impact and being the person on the field that a head coach knew was going to take the rest of the team and bring them up to a level of performance that the results are champions. I have watched Tacket Curtis come on board here in spring camp, and you always wonder if a player is going to go from high school to college to the pros, and be able to make those steps. Uh, Honestly, with him and the way he has been brought up by not only his parents, but the coaches that have had him over the years, he is he is that model recruit that you want to come into your program at any level and not only help recruit others, but to take the entire team up to a level of performance and expectation that gets teams towards that elite program level. That's a lot to say for a young man who's literally a freshman, true freshman coming in. His spring camp so far, based on videos and certainly stories from people who are in the practices and watching the practices. I know they're closed, and I know there's a lot of difficulty getting the latest and greatest on what's happening at times, but we've got lots of sources out there that are local and can make it to those spring camp pressers and limited field views. They're not seeing a lot of what's really going on, but based on that and the clips we're starting to get out from USC media, and they do a great job. Uh, the film on this young man has been excellent. So hoping that the rest of the team, and we're starting to hear new names, which is great. We're starting to hear new names, not only in the program, but what they're doing in the program and how they're elevating and surprising a lot of the staff as to their capabilities and their performance on the field of spring camp. So it is just spring camp, but it's important that these kids establish themselves, get into the summer camp player only, and then move into fall camp where it all matters. Not that spring camp doesn't matter, but it matters in fall camp because this is the season that USC has to take the big leap. Amazing season last year, 11-3. My God, 2 losses to the same team. This year, it's all about the Big Ten. We have to develop the culture to the level of physicality where USC is no longer a West Coast offense. We have a great offense, but without that defense, it's too much pressure to put on the program. And Grinch is going to be under the light, if not the entire season and into next season. But, I look at his opportunity as a once in a lifetime for a coach. He can turn things around. He can elevate his staff and himself to a level of trust, because after last season, albeit his first season, there's a lot of question marks. And, his past track records, statistically, you could argue both directions. And I've seen numbers that look like this guy, he can take it to this level. And when a coach of Lincoln Riley's level puts it all on the line and says that this defense is going to be better, he made a bet. He made a bet that his coach is going to take the program to the levels. Excuse me. Not good for a recording. Woo! Spring season. Allergies are here, so bear with. Sorry about that. But I don't think Lincoln Riley would have risked his reputation in year 2 when the entire media and all of college football was saying get rid of him. He never wavered. He, in the public eye, Lincoln Riley was steadfast, always behind his coach, and side by side on the topic of being able to turn this around with the transfer portal, new kids coming in, the physicality of tackling and really getting into the physical side of the sport, which has been lost at USC, thanks to Clay Helton and all those years where, he just wanted to be notepads in November. That whole group is gone. That whole attitude is gone. And when you bring in a Tacket Curtis and start to attract more and more players like him, and then elevate those that have been returning in their sophomore year, junior year, seniors are seniors and they're going to be set in their way. But I still think even the seniors will be able to elevate their game because of what's happening attitudinally in the spring camp this year. I just sense that's coming. Anyway, stay tuned for more video casts. We're trying to cut these down as much as we can and just do quick shots. I don't like to use the word or term reels, but they're pretty popular out there right now. I don't know if I could ever get it down to that level, but send your topics. Keep sending me those direct messages on Twitter, or you can reach me at steve@USC24x7.com, my email, and be happy to take on topics that you'd like to see us cover here. Great week coming up. Hopefully just one more bout of rain for California. Hate to say that too loud, but I hear it's coming. And after that, we should have some dry spells. So the weather's been definitely challenging for the coaching staff, although that was another one Lincoln Riley said, it's kind of nice to have, because how do you simulate real wind and real rain, which will be out there as we start to move east into the season. So fight on, and we'll keep them coming.